Hello and welcome to Xinhua Live. This is Ryan Chen with Xinhua News Agency. China's high-speed railway have gone through rapid development in recent years and are seen by many as a calling card to China. But do you know how are these railways being built? Today we are in Datong City in North China's Shanxi province where the Datong high-speed railway is under construction. The 140 kilometers railway will connect the city of Datong and the city of Zhangjiakou. With trains run at 250 kilometers per hour, one single trip between those two cities will take only 40 minutes, and the one between Datong and Beijing only 100 minutes compared to the current 6-hour trips. Construction of the railway started in November 2015, but it was just recently that track laying has gone through the railway. So today we are going to show you how high-speed rail tracks are being laid and speak to engineers about the significance of this new rail line, which is expected to be put into service next year. And as we know, the 2022 Winter Olympics will be held in Beijing and Zhangjiakou, so this high-speed railway make it much more easier for the people in the Shanxi province to enjoy the Olympic Games. And on the other hand, if you plan to watch the Olympic Games in Beijing or Zhangjiakou, you can also come to Datong and visit the famous Yungang grottos. At the center of this track laying efforts is this machine. As we can see from here, it looks like a train itself. The only difference is that it uses tracks instead of wheels to move around. But I am not an expert, so now we are going to talk with some professionals to talk about this machine. Now we are joined by Mr. Gong Huinan, engineer of China Railway Construction Corporation. Good afternoon, Mr. Gong Huinan. Can you explain to us how exactly does this enormous machine work?
At present, we adopt CPG 500 rail laying unit for rail laying, which is mainly composed of 3 parts of the rail laying unit. The first part is rail pulling machine. We mainly used for dragging 500-meter rail. The second part is engineer. As the most central part of the whole rail laying unit, mainly used for outputting power to pull the rail train set. The third part is the transport train set that consists of 37 railway flat cars, mainly used for loading and transportation of steel rails and concrete sleepers, which can be deemed as the logistical support station of the rail laying unit. At present, we are laying a 500-meter long steel rail with 1,667 sleepers laid per kilometer, and this unit can lay the rail for more than 2 kilometers per day.
You mentioned that this railway is 500 meters long per rail, right?
The length of the steel rails forged at the steel mill is 100 meters. And the 500-meter long rail is welded at the rail welding shop with five 100 long steel rails by using the seamless welding technology. The 500-meter long steel rail is transported to the rail laying base through long rail transport train set, and we use 32 groups of gantry cranes at the base to hoist it to the transport train set and then ship it to the rail laying site.
And I noticed here you have these little rocks underneath the whole railway. So I've studied that it's called a ballast. But it's very rare for a high-speed railway to have so much ballast, right? Why do you choose to build a ballasted railway instead of a ballastless one?
Zhangjiakou to Datong high-speed railway is designed to use ballast track, which is compared with ballastless track. It is characterized by low construction cost, convenient post maintenance, and low heavy load.
The maximum speed of China's speed bullet train now rises to 350 kilometers per hour when Fuxing bullet train started operation between Beijing and Shanghai in September 2017. And this year, China Railway Corporation is aiming to build 4,000 kilometers of new rail lines, in which 3,500 kilometers will be high-speed railway. By 2025, China is expected to have 38,000 kilometers of high-speed rail tracks. But aside from speed, safety is another keyword for the China high-speed railway. A visual figure showed by the end of 2017, China's high-speed railway network has expanded to 25,000 kilometers. It transported last year a total of 1,536 million of passengers without having a single major accident. And actually, as we can see, all people here are working very hard to build this railroad. Once the construction is complete, the Datong Railway will undergo a series of examination before the actual operation. And now we are going to talk with the Chief Engineer Li Xiangjun to have him explain how this expansion will go before the actual operation. Good afternoon, Mr. Li.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell us about the inspection before the actual operation? 你能告诉我们，就是在开始运营之前要经过哪些检查吗？
好的，铺轨完成后，只是完成了轨道施工中的一道工序。要想达到通车条件，我们后面还要进行上扎捣固作业，保证道床的稳定。
The completion of rail laying is only a process in rail construction. In order to achieve the train passing through condition, the ballast installation and tamping are needed to ensure the stability of ballast bed.
道床稳定后，我们进行放散锁定，消除由于气温变化对钢轨热胀冷缩的影响。
After which, the dispersion and locking shall be conducted to eliminate the impact of temperature changes on the thermal expansion of steel rail.
为了保证轨道的平顺性，我们还要进行轨道精调，充分满足轨道的旅客的乘车舒适度。
And in order to ensure the smoothness of track operation, the track fine-tuning is also needed to fully meet the passenger comfort.
然后我们还要进行联调联试，动态检测，试运行才能达到通车条件。
Finally, the joint debugging, dynamic detection and commissioning procedures, etc. shall be conducted so as to achieve the train passing through. Thank you, Mr. Li. Last year, China has invested more than $100 billion in constructing more than 3,000 kilometers of railway, which includes 2,182 kilometers of high-speed railway. This kind of project requires a lot of manpower. And the Datong line actually is only part of China's high-speed railway network, which is based on the grid of 8 east-west lines and 8 north-south lines. This grid has now basically taken shape. Following rapid construction in the past decade, at the end of 2017, China's high-speed rail network stood at 25,000 kilometers, which is more than all the other high-speed lines currently operating outside of China combined, and accounts for about 66% of the world's total high-speed railway length. The expansion of the network has boosted traffic considerably. High-speed services are now very popular in China thanks to the short journey times, convenience, and punctuality. And do you know that in 2017, a total of 3.04 billion passengers trips were made on railway, up 9.6% year on year. More than 56% of those trips were made on high-speed railway. And now we will speak to a worker here to find out how he feels about joining the construction of such a huge project. Good afternoon, Mr. Hu.
你好，
您老家是哪的 ？Where are you from?
我是河北石家庄的。
He come from the city of Zhangjiakou in Hebei province. Before you have this machine, what kind of method do you use to build this railway? 在有这个机器之前，咱们是怎么建这个公路、这个铁路的？
我们以前呢是人工铺轨的，与现在的铺轨机相比，是不一样的。
Previously, they used manual rail laying, but the current rail laying achieved the mechanized operation. 这对你们来说有什么好处呢 ？What's the advantage of this machine?
与以往的人工铺轨相比，我们现在的铺轨是实现了机械化作业，既减轻了我们的体力劳动，又节约了成本。人工铺轨的时候呢，一天100个人，顶多铺500米左右。现在的铺轨机作业，只需要10个人左右，每天铺轨可达2000米以上。
This machine not only reduced the physical labor but also saved the cost. Previously, during manual rail laying, 100 workers can only lay about 500 meters long rail one day. But now with the rail laying machine, only 10 technicians are needed and more than 2 kilometers long rail can be laid per day. 然后你平时多久回一次家呢？
我基本上是半年回一次家吧。
Mr. Hu only returned home one time half a year. 那你想家里的人吗？你是觉得做这个工作值不值？
想啊，当然是想的了。但是你既然是做这份工作了，肯定是要负起这个责任了。
I just asked Mr. Hu if he misses his family, and he told me that the responsibility of this job is the main reason for him to stay. So we can see right now, this machine is laying down the sleeper, which is made of concrete underneath the track. Today we are at the construction site of a high-speed railway linking Datong in Shanxi province to Zhangjiakou, the host city for the 2022 Winter Olympics. Right now the workers are using this enormous machine to laying down the sleeper and placing down the rail. You can see from here, they only have few workers underneath this machine, and above the train, they have this little crane. It's like a robot. It's moving around. It can transport the sleepers from the last cart to the up front, and then the machine in the front will lay them down to the ground. It's very automatic. You can see now the crane is laying down the sleeper. And then it moved back to the last train for more construction material. And then the sleeper, you go through this machine to underneath for the machine to lay them down. They also have this little mechanical arm here to place the sleeper in the exact location that they need it. And after the rail is placed on the sleeper, the workers will use the screw to tighten the rail on the sleeper. But as we can see from here, that only requires a very little manpower. We are now at the construction site in Datong City, where they are building a high-speed railway between Datong and Zhangjiakou cities in North Hebei province. The Datong line is part of China's high-speed railway network, which is based on a grid of 8 east-west lines and 8 north-south lines. This year, China Railway Corporation is aiming to build 4,000 kilometers of new rail lines, 3,500 kilometers of which will be high-speed rail tracks. by 2025, China is expected to have 38,000 kilometers of high-speed rail tracks. Now in front of us is the workers are using these enormous machines to lay down the track for the high-speed train. This machine can at first they can transport the sleeper, which is made of concrete, to the exact location they want, and then the machine will lay them down for the mechanical arm to locate the sleeper. Then the workers will place the rail on top of the sleeper and use screw to tighten them. And between each cart, this machine uses a little crane. It's like a miniature of the port crane to transport construction material between different cars. It's running automatically. You can see from here, with this machine, they only require a few manpower to tighten the rail tracks. As the worker just said, it's much more easier for them to work nowadays with this high technology. Now it's time to wrap our report. If you like this show, please share it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and keep following Xinhua for more news and updates. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.